What is up, my friends? It's a beautiful morning. The sun is out and shining. I got my Naples visor on. The Kount just dropped a new sample pack. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to play you a preview of the beat. Hopefully it gets you to stick around. All right, you made it this far. We're going to travel back in time to last night when I made this beat. I'm going to show you how I kind of naturally went through the whole process, and then we're going to break everything down together. We're going to finish it. There's an awesome switch up about halfway through that I still need to kind of hammer out. We're going to have some fun. We're going to chill and vibe and have a good time.
What's good, Phil? What you on?
Yo, just chilling, man. Just vibing, dude. What are you doing?
I'm just chilling, bro. Just vibing. What are you doing?
Yo, same. That's crazy, dude. I'm just chilling, vibing, dude. What's going on?
Bro, I'm back at the crib, bro. I'm just chilling, bro. You know, fucking vibing. What's the plan, bro?
I'm on the same shit. What I'm doing is I'm just chilling and vibing.
Word up, dude. So you trying to like chill and vibe with your boy, like?
Wow. Bro, how is he so good? The pieces are here. They just need to be masterfully and put together. And I'm not a master, so I'm gonna do my best. Is there any way we could go into that? All right, we're back to the present. We're not dwelling in the past. We're just some mindful people trying to chill and vibe. We started with the lumber drums. Again, we got to keep in mind a lot of people are going to be getting these same samples. I found about the Kount because of Kenny Beats in the Cave. You got to think about Kount's very social media. So we're not just going to take these drums and throw them in here. We're going to at least try to transpose it. We're going to, better yet, try to use multiple things. Better yet, try chopping it up and layering different samples together. But we started the vibes with this just transposed 3 down. And then we started using the Scarbo. This is my new tool of choice. It was the first time I ever fell for an Instagram advertisement. This is not a paid sponsorship. Give me a discount. This shit was $90. Definitely worth it. But anyhow, it's based on its simplicity. There's only a couple knobs, and every preset, I swear, sounds amazing. We dive in with the lumber drums with a little EQ on it just to kind of bring down the high end, just to make space for everything else. There's a shaker in there. But this is what we started with. We have the bass line coming in. There's some slight compression. I bring down the peak. Bring up the peak reduction just a little bit on this one. I don't want the bass to sound, I want it to sound raw. I want it to sound real. I saw Khruangbin the other day for the first time. Amazing. If they're in your area, go. They created vibe. I didn't know I could dance, and I danced my ass off. Felt every beat, but that's kind of where I wanted to go with this. I wanted to be experimental. It's literally called K-Bin, but I wanted to be experimental with all this stuff. But if the bass sounded too processed or too tamed, it wouldn't be the vibe that it is today. So we've got these three things going. And then we pull out my dad's Gibson. Super thankful to have inherited this one. Shout out Pops. It's got humbuckers on it, which are known for that kind of a rocky sound. They're very heavy. I've never really known how to use them until lately, and it just adds an amazing tone and texture to the beat. Like, listen to the tone of this guitar without this guitar rig on it. It's so clean. We just started randomly. I say we as if someone else is doing this. I just started randomly switching through the different Citrus plugins. Has that kind of gain that I was looking for. Had to adjust the screamer on it. I think I turned it off. But it's an amazing little addition. We take out the low end so it's not competing with the bass, because it does have that low texture in that Gibson. And you might see on a couple of these tracks, like, it came from MIDI, right? It came from that contact. This is the actual notes that I was playing. I played it on the push, right? But sometimes with plugins, whether it's the inaccuracy of me knowing how the plugins work, it doesn't save, the accurate tone that you're trying to achieve every time. Like, maybe something changes in delay with the plugin, but I try to freeze it and flatten it to audio, which, if you don't know, you can just duplicate a track, freeze the track, and then hit flatten, and that will create an audio track from that. But you always got to save your original MIDI just in case you ever need it, and that preset. Then we add the last lead guitar. With just crazy delay. And I might even end up turning down some of this on here. We've got the same guitar rig preset on there. And that's just the energy. So, again, I wanted to switch this up. I wanted to do something different, something that I haven't done before, challenge myself to kind of think out of the box. Anyway, nothing crazy. We just cut the drums for, like 2 bars almost, and then we cut that last little section off of everything, and we transpose this down. Again, we're going to try to switch up all these drums as much as possible. There's going to be a lot of people using them, so we want to do some fun stuff. I time stretched this. I had to crop this out and make sure that it fit perfectly, and that's the little yell that comes in that was already in the sample. And then everything else is transposed down 4 semitones and then switched up, with the blue section being the part that has kind of the spacey part in it. Sounds like a vocal. I don't know what that is. Super cool, but we want that to hit at a timely space in each section. So yeah, let's listen to this. Let's listen to everything fall out naturally between this section, and then let's start working on this new switch up. So I've never done this before, but I really want to try to automate the BPM, which I believe all we're going to have to do is go down to the master, and the song tempo is at 92. And let's try raising this up. Okay, no, I accidentally moved that down. All right, let's try raising this up, maybe just to 100. What if we take it up 10? I've never done this before, and I think it would be a cool kind of switch up in between these different sections. You hear the shout, and then the new drums come in, the new vibe. And then we can slow it back down again later. Yeah. All right, 102 might be a little too fast. Let's try like 98. Beautiful. Yeah, I love that. All right, let's make sure that this bass is tidied up. Shout out to Ableton. I'm not great at playing instruments. Still makes no sense how we have millions of strings over here and I don't know what chords are, but we figured it out. But shout out to Ableton for allowing us to warp things so beautiful. And we don't want to warp too much. Like this one, yeah, you could probably have it right there, but is that going to sound better? Is that going to throw off the natural kind of feeling from the bass? Let's listen to that. And I'm pressing Option and Spacebar, so I can click anywhere on this little timeline, and it's going to play from that little line. I like it late. And a lot of this thing, it's like, how do you know what to do? You just got to trust your ear. You got to trust your instinct. You got to close your eyes. You got to listen to it a couple of times. You got to press that space bar, see if it feels right, and move it if it doesn't, and just not be too hard on yourself. We're just chilling and vibing. Again, that's the whole thing. It definitely falls off about halfway through. And that's kind of what I try to do too, is just if you quantize at the big sections at the bar and then you kind of let everything else follow suit instead of doing each individual note, it still allows for that sway and that momentum, but it doesn't fuck up. Why do I curse? I don't even need to say fuck. It doesn't fuck it up. It doesn't fuck it up. We're going to do the switch up. We're going to let it play naturally through to here. And then we're going to dive into more instruments and percussion in here. Got to make sure that these little notes, whenever you see whenever you see a waveform messed up like this, we're going to just do a little crossfade, Command Option F. Takes out that little snap. You heard that snap in there? Command Z to undo, Command Shift Z to redo. Just a little maintenance. We just got to do a little maintenance. And that's one of the biggest things that I've been doing lately, is stepping away from the music when it's not the right time. I was drinking a little bit. I was doing some edibles. I was having some fun last night, which is nice, but it's not good to rely on that stuff, and it's not good to rely on that for the whole creation and the mastery that you can bring to the table with a present mind the next morning. Have your fun, know when to have your fun, you know? That could maybe, I'm gonna just start sketching away. That could maybe come at like the second half of this loop. The patience thing I was talking about, you gotta wait until you find it. Okay, so maybe melody only comes in for the second part. We make this 16 bars, and then we switch back the tempo. Oh. Okay, so we'll just duplicate. No, okay, so here's a great tip too. I was talking about freezing and flattening earlier. You can also resample something, which is basically just setting the in of the track to whatever is playing in Ableton. So I want to record this little bell guy so I can switch this around right at the end. We're going to arm the track. Cool. This way we can mess with this audio real quick. Then we'll have kind of the one bell go to the other. Is it the same? Is it the exact same preset? And I didn't peep that till now. Rounded triangle. It is the same preset. That's hilarious. So we bring that little bell guy back in, and then it intros the next one. I love it. Command I to insert time. Put a little delay on the The delay on the guitar is insane, so we're gonna automate that too. Go to high, we'll go to device on, and we're gonna turn it off right at the end. Wow, it's done. I did it. Makes me really happy. It's good to be back with y'all. A lot of cool things have been happening lately. Super blessed, super thankful. I hope this all made sense to what we kind of did. We needed to tie in together that little switch up. We really did that. Again, to recap, we had that automation come in, so we sped up the switch up, which is really cool. I think that worked better with those drums. Still had those drums transposed throughout, still chopped things to our liking, brought more of those percussive elements in, created enough space to switch this up so not everything sounded the same. We brought in new melodies. It just so happened that it's the same preset that would allow us to nicely switch between to get back to where we were coming from, right? You gotta go in and out of that space. Song ends with the initial idea for as long as it's been the whole time, and we still get out of here in about 2 minutes and 5 seconds. It was a beautiful time. Super thankful to be here. Gonna be making a lot more of these videos. I always talk about scheduling and doing all that stuff. Life has been sick. Zane Lowe premiered our song the other day. Nate Traveler, who I manage, was blessed, killed it as always, and got on an Apple TV commercial. Tim Cook announced it in a fucking Apple event.
Something exciting to share.
The energy's good and life is good. Super thankful. I hope y'all are well. Hit me up on Instagram at Saya where you at. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Have a beautiful day, my friends, and I will see you on the next one.